Nightmare. What's happening, buddy? Good to see you. Riley. Well, I do gardening streams every once in a while. I'm the rookie season gardener. Yeah, I don't have my button with me or anything. Tito, Cowboy, good to see you. Just putting some onions in the ground. I figured I'd go live for you, see what's going on. Hey, Corey. Yeah, I did a series the last 2 years to show you how I screw up and how I don't grow anything. But my dad just gave me a whole dump load of onions, putting them in the ground. I figured I'd go live and show you guys, talk to some of you if you're here, see how everybody's day's going. I got like 80 damn onions. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a whole damn garden full of onions. We'll see how it goes. I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone checked out the show last night. It was pretty wild. Dump these onions out here. So this is what we got. We're gonna put these onions into the ground here. And they're mainly for like, the green onion part on the top too. So if you don't know anything, and I don't know much of anything either, but I'll just give you a IW, that's right, onions and burgers. I am making burgers today, actually. But bottom of the onion, and the top's already kind of growing, so we're gonna put it just like that. For you that don't know, I have a bunch of stomach issues, so I don't really plant as many tomatoes, peppers, and stuff like that like I used to. But these onions, I actually make onion powder out of. But I am a rookie gardener. That's what I said right in the title. And this part of the channel that I experiment with shit and see what grows. I'll give you a tour of the yard here in a moment. Oh, Nightbot's still working overtime, I see. But we're putting a ton of these in the ground today. And if you look up here, we already planted, I have rows of 4, 9 rows, so we got 36. I know a little bit of math. 36 onions here. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows, so 56 more, roughly 100 onions total, because we're going to use this area too. Which I'll be planting different things here. Here will probably be some peppers, stuff like that. But I can't eat a lot of that. Machete baby, what's up? What's up, Rob? Just planting a ton of onions here. It's early in the season, so you can't really plant other plants and stuff. I am by no means any type of expert when it comes to this. I do trial and error, mostly a lot of error, and find out the hard way. So these onions, they'll grow long, and we'll cut off the bottoms and use the tops for green onions as well, and make onion powder. And I use that for a lot of seasonings and rubs and stuff for different things. Now when I need a recipe, I go to my friend Sean, Mr. Monstar, and he helps me out with different recipes as well. But it's, like I was saying, it's too early to plant other types of plants because we still might have a couple frosts, stuff like that. But this is, if you haven't seen, that's what's going in the ground right now. If anybody wants to share this out, there's Damian Hernandez. I know it's not a wrestling stream or anything, but if you want to share it out to Skype chat or anything like that, I don't care. I'm going to be on for a few minutes just showing you what I'm doing. And hopefully, well, it's all trial and error, so hopefully like half of them will probably make it. And the other half will die. Now last year I planted garlic. So we had some garlic worked, a lot of it did not. And we planted ginger root. There's Monstar, no sunflower. I should plant a sunflower, just so you said that, Monstar. Sean, I'm gonna buy a sunflower this year. Yeah, that's right, Nightmare. We're gonna plant them and watch them die. Wah, 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 wah. I'm glad you're on here, Sean. I was just giving you props that I do the planting, and whatever actually survives, I come to you for recipes. So we got tons of onions. We're putting all these in the ground here today. Use up my entire garden because I can't plant anything else for another month or so. I know you try. So just to give you an overlook, this is the first section, and we already tilled it very loosely, planted, what I say, 9 rows of 4, so 36 here and there. We're going to add all tree fitty because you shared it out. I appreciate it. I didn't bring my button. So now what we'll do is go through and just lightly cover them. So cover each one of these, and then we'll level it off. So each one, not really deep as you can see, but like I said, these ones are going to be tall onions. They don't bulb up really big. And we'll use them for onion powder. And well, my dad just eats them, you know, sticks them in a bowl of water and just chews on them. I love him to death. I got the best dad on the planet. And he had a whole bunch of these today, so a little earlier than I normally plant, so I figured why not. Yeah, so all the onions are, that's good, Corey. About half of them will lean towards it. That's why I plant so many. I do the same with tomatoes and peppers, which I won't plant that many this year, tomatoes and peppers, because I can't eat that stuff that much. So we have, I'll show you the herb garden, which is, I make my own seasoning, my own allspice, because I try not to sugar and salt a lot of things. Try to cut back on salt, because when you're getting older like me and Rob Machete, Rob Matchett, you got to do that. You can't go, hey, Corey, I can't either, man. I learned all myself, watching some YouTube videos, and that's another thing I found, some gardeners in the YouTube community, and I asked them for tips. Like I said, I do this trial and error, and usually a lot of error. Yeah, Rob's old. He's like 60 or 70 or something, right? But we're just lightly covering them. Brooke is in the house. What's up, Brooke? This is my side project. Yeah, I dare you to try to find another YouTuber that does wrestling and gardening. Very odd combination. I'm an odd person if you don't know. Happy 65th, Rob. So there, I mean, we're doing, there's an onion right in the ground. We're just gonna cover it up and we'll level it off afterwards. Not a lot of yard or garden work yet because the weather just turning, but it's about that time. Good to see everybody. Yeah, Brooke, I do it for peacefulness, just to relax out here and actually get moving around some more. And I used to make my own salsa, which was more of a pico de gallo, which is all just finely chopped up and diced vegetables. There's Elfie. And but I can't eat raw like salsa anymore as much. Well, I'll show you my Zen garden here in a minute, Brooke. Stick around. Crazy. It's electrified. Sean, stop it. You get me cooking too early. But this is part number 1. We're just going to smooth it out. Crimson Ninja, what's up, my friend? We're hoping to grow some onions. So I'm going to have over 100 onions. So I'll show you what I do. I need my little tiller. Hope everyone's having a good day. There's Sabri. We got France and the UK represented. I dig it. So basically what I'm doing, getting rid of the rocks, obviously. And we're just gonna till down not too far. Good to see everybody. Wally's in the house. Got 10 people watching me fuck around in my garden. Oh. I appreciate you guys. So we're just gonna till down a little bit, get any BS out of here, and then level it off, dig holes, and plant the rest. Here's what we're working on. We got all these onions here. I appreciate the share because this is very impromptu. But stick around, I'll give you a little tour of what I have so far. Surprisingly enough, and tell me if I'm breathing too heavy in the damn mic. I know I do that sometimes. Surprisingly, some of my herbs survived the winter. So I have, my oregano is still going, which if you ask Sean Shamrock, oregano is one of the best spices, I think, to use in a lot of stuff. Like I wish I had some right now because I'm gonna make some hamburgers and I'd love to. Oregano, basil, I grow tons of basil. If you're you're a novice like me at gardening, which this is like year 12, so I can't really call myself a novice, but at the same time, basil grows really easily. You don't have to really do much. And basil can be used in a lot of things. We're not gonna barbecue Rex. Boy, you guys really hate that dude, don't you? But we're just breaking up the dirt on the top, getting enough to plant underneath. Of course, the sun's coming up big time right now. Yes, oregano, Elfie. I mean, I have tons of containers in there, basil and oregano. Cilantro is another one, which also yields coriander, which is the seed. Cilantro I grow in the buckets I'll show you over here. And if I let the cilantro grow, the seeds fall into the dirt and it grows right back. So, and a lot of people, cilantro, and I think I talked about this on a stream before. Cilantro has a weird taste to some people. Some people either taste it like an herb, some people taste it and it tastes like soap. So if you guys have ever tasted cilantro, let me know if you are a cilantro herb taster or does it taste like soap? Now, me, luckily it doesn't taste like soap. And cilantro I've used on steaks and such when you're grilling out. The streaking gardener, no. Yes, cilantro. So, Sean, what's good stuff for cilantro? I mean, you're the chef here. I know I have lemon thyme also, but cilantro, I think for soups maybe and stuff. I don't know. I make an allspice. I just mix it all together. Don't care for it, but it doesn't taste like soap. Yeah, it's a very niche thing. The cilantro, not a lot of people really like it. It's not really flavorful, if you ask me. But now that we've tilled this part, cilantro steak, but yeah, exactly. I love it on a steak. And it cooks into it. Yes, pico de gallo, fresh cilantro, definitely. And that's what I used to make. So I'm just gonna level it off before we dig our holes here. Chimichurri, what's that, Brooke? School me, because that's another reason why I do this. I do this to learn off of other people. I am a rookie gardener. I call myself the seasoned rookie gardener, which is because I don't really know what I'm doing. And it just proves that anybody can do it. And like Brooke said earlier, it's definitely very relaxing and zen. Get out, just chill in the garden, play in the dirt if you like playing in the dirt. So now what we'll do is, I think we're good for 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. And like I said, these aren't the ones that bulb up. I haven't had a lot of success with the onions that bulb up. That's about as far as we're gonna dig, and then we just place each onion with this part up and the root part to the bottom, so that you can pretty much identify the root and the top. So yeah, if you guys have any tips, I do a lot, mostly herbs. Yes, make your herbal jokes right now if you want to and get blazed. Fresh herb paste you can make with cilantro for steaks and meat. Brazilian culture. I dig it, Brooke. Thank you. Cilantro blended with garlic. Damn, I'm missing. Let me see the live chat. Cilantro blended with garlic, oil, and vinegar. That sounds really good. Those are all things I really like. Things I really, really like. So just digging little holes, not too far down. Like I said, we're gonna use this, I was talking earlier, use it for the onion base part to chop up for small pieces of onion, but also green onion. So I bought a little, it's actually a coffee grinder, but it does herbs as well. And I make onion powder and green onion powder, because what bothers me is raw vegetables. So if they're dried out and turned into something like that, ooh, roasted potatoes, yeah. Parsley potatoes, so I do grow some parsley as well. Parsley, sage, I have a sage plant I'll show you here in a moment. So before I plant these ones, I'll give you guys a tour on what I have and where everything's going, since we got a dozen people in here watching me trip over myself. So we're continuing these rows of 3 to put the onions in. And I'll remind you guys over and over, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have some idea, just from doing it so long, but I've learned from trial and error. I've learned from picking the brains of your neighbor. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Pun. I'm digging. Or just dig a little hole, dig a little hole, dig a little hole. I think we're still gonna have extra onions. So we have all these left. Grab a bulb, just set sucker in there, and rock on to the next one. Yeah, I got some cool stuff I can show you guys before we go on. My favorite part, and you talk about Zen, Brooke, the herb garden is my favorite. I'm gonna get morbid here for a second, but it's where I'm gonna bury my cats when they pass away. Yes, I'm an old cat man. I have 3. They're all rescues, getting the rocks out of there. But I think about death a lot whenever it comes around, so I always, cat gets sick, I think about where I'm gonna bury him. My neighbor has a beautiful golden lab that sometimes comes around. Bailey, she's awesome. I'm allergic to dogs, so I can't have one. I'm not gonna fuck death, that's really morbid. But I think about it and I wonder, like, you know, I'm gonna memorialize my cats. My oldest cat, Blaze, is 9. Parker, which I found in a parking lot. She was dumped in a parking lot. Parker is 4. And earlier in the year, or late at the end of last year, there was a cat under my car here and was crying. So that's my newest kitten. She is caramel, because she kind of looks like caramel colored. So we're gonna get the rest of these onions in here and I'll give you a tour of what I got going on this year. It looks like I'm gonna have extra. So what I'll do, also when I used to plant like tomatoes and peppers, I would put these onions all around them because they don't need a lot of room to grow. Like a lot of peppers and tomato plants, you have to space out like 6 inches or more. Time to bury Blaze. No. Leave it up to Nightmare to lighten the mood. I dig it. I appreciate that. I didn't want to talk about death very long. But if it comes up, we talk about it. All right, so I probably didn't get all the best ones in there, but we get an idea of what we do. 3 main coins. Coins that are huge boys. So there's what we got. We got all those that we're going to lock down, cover up, and then we got to water this garden really well. Speaking of death, my grandmother passed away last year, so I do have some, oh, it might have been 2 years from now. Yes, it was 2 years. Wow. These are remnants for her garden, her little toad, TJ Toad, hanging out over here. We got Raven, Birdie over here. Yeah, I'm making fun. And I don't know who the bunny is. Bad Bunny? No, bad joke. But these are from my grandmother's garden, and I used to help her garden. She is my inspiration. When I was younger, she had a huge grapevine. I'll show you my grapevine. And she had a humongous garden and planted just about everything. She was the type of person that could throw a plant on a bunch of rocks and it would grow, you know? So I'm channeling her, I forgot one, to bless this garden, hopefully, so it grows well. Because I know she's watching down on me. Hopefully pretty damn proud that I'm carrying on her tradition of all this gardening too. So here's the sage plant. Now I transplanted this. I burned it in the house to get rid of all the demons like Nightmare. So this little sage plant that I transferred from my herb garden. So let's get a little overview and I'll show you the, here's what we got so far. Bed number 1, those are all onions there. And then 2 and 3. Now this is a plant that has been going strong for 3 years. My heart's going out to you there, Corey. Grandmothers are the best. They take no shit, they teach you. Old school grandmas too, man. You gotta love that. This is rosemary. Yep, Monstar, I'm gonna burn the sage. Now this rosemary, it doesn't look as good this year, but it survived 2 winters already. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to survive the winter, but it did. So I have a nice little rosemary bush there. I've continued to pick Sean's brain and other people for what they use rosemary for. Um, it doesn't really keep as well as some of the other herbs I've found. I get mold on it if I keep it for really long, but I've used it for chicken, rosemary chicken. If you got any other ideas for rosemary, definitely let me know in the comments as well if you're watching this on replay. But let's check out the herb garden. It's still in a work in progress. This is my favorite part. Rosemary's hardy. What do you use rosemary for, Brooke? So the back buckets, I do mostly cilantro and parsley. This is, I'll give you a good look. This is my favorite part. This is my zen. Turned it into pretty much a rock garden because I had mulch or dirt there, and it just got really messy. The little bridge is also, the bridge is also from my grandmother. And obviously the bird bath brings tons of birds. We just have some cardinals that are around here right now. You might hear them. Cardinals and blue jays are my favorite. Cardinals are bitches. Cardinals are mean. Rosemary finely chopped, otherwise it takes more. Yes, it does. From what I've seen people do, they cook with rosemary, and then the rosemary is really not on anything. When it's done, it just kind of blends in. I don't know. You guys can tell me or correct me. Cook with it, yeah. So it's not like you're eating the rosemary. It just adds flavor to stuff, Sean. Correct me if I'm wrong. But let's get a close-up on, this was a new thing last year. And, where's all the thyme jokes now? A natural antiseptic for what? How do you use it as an antiseptic? Rosemary, get out of here. This is lemon-flavored thyme. All the thyme puns can come out. The lemon-flavored thyme, it adds a lemony flavor to just about anything. It's friggin' awesome, and I love lemon. I tried to grow a lemon and lime tree, peach and pear tree, but I'm in southwestern Pennsylvania, and a lot of those fruit trees don't grow that well. I had 4 different trees. I also tried to grow blueberries and raspberries. Time to say goodbye, or nightmares going all the puns. But this, now, there will be cilantro probably popping up in here. There's a mold, a little mushroom. But these are where I put the cilantro, and they grow up and kind of reseed, kind of weed out some stuff. Unfortunately, this didn't work. I tried this last year, clematis, just a flower. I'm not big into flowers, but I do marigolds, sunshine marigold, my daughter character. I do a lot of marigolds because it keeps critters away. So marigolds and, I forget the other flowers that I did last year, but I had golden white flowers. But the clematis was supposed to climb up here and cover this whole thing. Didn't work. Infuse coconut oil with it and use it as a salve. Ooh, rosemary, interesting. And yes, here we go, Steelers. I got my little Steeler guy still hanging in there. Another bird. Yeah, blue jays. The blue jays we have here are beautiful. So more of a rock garden, and yeah, that's probably where I'll bury Blaze, right over there, and whoever dies next over here. But that's the herb garden. Probably my favorite. I use that as a thumbnail probably when I start working on that. And this is oregano. This also, there's some bird shit in it. I didn't think oregano was supposed to be all year, but this has survived. I'm probably gonna have to trim down a lot of this crap this year. But all this oregano turns into a big, healthy bush. Make your big, healthy bush puns too now, I guess. But that's what we'll do. We'll do, the ground is sour, don't do it. Oh, Blue Jays, no, Toronto. I know, we got St. Louis Cardinals and Toronto Blue Jays here. Pigeons and bullshit too, and little sparrows. Grouse stuff, little turd birds like that. But that is, so oregano, I'm really hoping that it continues to grow out. I won't have to buy that. And here I had 2 spots where I just turned them into rock gardens, and I don't know what I'll plant here. One will probably be where my grill goes when I buy a grill again, since my grill died on me last year. And so did my lawnmower. So here is the fire pit. This is all artificial turf. A friend of mine got his whole backyard done. I have a friend that actually does this turf. We went to Bush Sasquatch tour. Well, there might be one back there, man. You never know. And I'm near the city too. It's kind of like living in the mountains. But if you can see in the distance, there are mountains back there. Southwestern Pennsylvania near West Virginia here. So he had extra of this grass, and I could not get grass to grow here at all. So I ended up, he had a bunch left over and said, hey, do you want it? And I said, sure. So I laid a bunch of 6 mil plastic down first, basically used the pavers to hold it down, and where I needed more landscaping pins. But yeah, Corey, it's amazing. All I do is spray it with a hose to clean it from remnants from the trees and bird shit and stuff. But yeah, it makes it so much easier to take care of it. I love my backyard, Elfie. Thank you. I've worked so hard on it. This used to be all, I'll give you a wide shot. This used to be all just grass. And I had my friend who runs a paving company build me a nice back yard area, parking lot, so to speak. Oh, there's some birds fighting right now. And most of it I've pieced together. I've done this all by hand, digging, putting all the pavers down. Now, I didn't really do pavers the way they're supposed to be with the paving sand and level it out completely. I let some of the dirt kind of roll in. Now, those back pavers, my neighbor just just gave me all those. And that was also an area where I couldn't grow grass, so he did me a huge favor. I should do all the chats in the backyard. And right now, there's my neighbor back there working with his big boy toys, I call it. They're hollowing out a lot of the woods back there. Let's look at the grapevine. This definitely is inspired by my grandmother. She had the biggest grapevine, and they were seedless grapes, so I had to cut her yard. She had a big yard. And when I would just go over there and sit by the grapevine and just hammer all these little grapes, they were amazing. The ones I had planted here are supposed to be seedless, but they got seeds. But I don't know if we can see any buds yet. No buds in there just yet. But it'll bud up. And I trimmed them too close one year. One year I trimmed them way down here and cut them off during the bottom, and it didn't grow back as big. So this year I left a lot of the branches there because they will sprout all over the place and just grow. Now with the grapes, I made grape juice last year, and damn, it was sour. It was terrible. But I added sugar and stuff and kind of made something out of it. But these grapevines will grow up and all along this. And here's something pretty interesting. I put this in this tree a long time ago, and now it's grown into the tree. I laid this in between this thing a long time ago, and now it's grown into the tree. I will not be able to get this metal rod out of this tree. But whatever leftover artificial turf I put over here. And once again, inspired by my grandmother, seashells inside of the rocks. I had a bunch of seashells from a trip to Ocean City, Maryland a while back, and she gave me the idea to throw the seashells into the white rock, which looks kind of cool. Kids' trampoline killed your grass. Oh boy. But that grapevine, really enjoy that. Take you back into the woods for a second since my neighbor's making tons of noise. You can see spring coming up. Hope everyone's having a good day. So I built this little hut for the stray kitty cats that are out here in case they need a place to stay. But spring is here, folks. Check them out. Popped up out of nowhere. Got a handful of them here. They just come out of the ground. Rob wants the Blair Witch. And that white thing back there, my neighbor has a salt lick for the deer. So yeah, living in the city, but still having these woods behind me. Now they're clearing them out right now for some plots on the bottom, but hopefully I love pretty much kind of living in the woods while I'm living in the city. Yes, spring is here, peeps. There it is. Daffodils are coming out, but not bloomed yet. Can't remember what the other flowers that I planted were last year. But back to the onions. We'll go ahead and cover these up and call it a day. I will grab, so right back to these onions, level it off. And as soon as I'm done here, I'll turn the hose on, give it a nice wash down so everything kind of sinks into place. Don't let Rob bury you in a pet cemetery. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I don't want to live my life this way. I'd rather be sedated. I don't want to be buried in Blazes Garden Cemetery. There you go. So we still have, anybody want some onions? You have to come over and get them. So we have extra onions here that what I'll do is, as soon as the other ones grow, I'll replace them with another, because these won't take long to grow. A couple weeks, maybe sooner, they will shoot up. And like I said, these are the onions that grow tall, not bulbing up. We have over 100 of them in the ground. I'm gonna make sure not to leave them there. I'll give you a good once over the garden. I stole that from a high school football field, the goal line sign. Red river rock, red lava rock, I should say. Oh, excuse me. Red lava rock, definitely really cool. I dig the lava rock. Basic gravel around. I had to put that gravel there because I had groundhogs getting in there. And I can show you where the groundhogs are coming from. These golf balls are here so the cats can play with them outside. I know if the kitty's around. Groundhog house. Goddess, good to see you. So you can see groundhog, and the groundhogs are in there too, but I kind of blocked it out. You can see they live underneath this shed. And if you want proof that there's groundhogs here, boom. There's their little trail with the groundhogs. Well, now there's four stray cats living over in that craziness. They come over. Good to see you, Goddess. Good to see everybody here. Just showing off the garden. Yeah, these are the new pavers. And my friend over there who's doing work gave me those pavers. I couldn't grow anything here. I couldn't grow grass, so that worked out perfect. He gave me those pavers as he's working on a fire pit area over there himself. So pretty cool little chill spot I got. I worked very hard on it, guys, and I appreciate all compliments. I can't dunk on that anymore. I try though. I used to be able to. And over here, another rock garden, basically, leftover rocks and big boulders. Once again, now those rocks right there are actually, I used the fire pit actually earlier today, just burning stuff. Those rocks are literally from my grandmother's house. When she passed away, I bagged up all those rocks that were in front of her house and brought them over here because I needed something for right there. A drinking fire pit. No, groundhogs are nasty. They're dirty and nasty and filthy and stinky like Radio Rex. Wah, 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 wah. So there it is. I will trim those big bushes, speaking of trimming bushes. And they turn red in the fall. They're awesome. They were already here, so I dig those. There it is, folks. Step one of the garden. Yeah, that's the problem, Goddess. They burrowed under that shed there, and I didn't know how to get rid of them. And they were digging underneath the garden and getting at the food. So I ended up with all the rock around the garden. British Gamer, there we go. Good to see you, Dylan. Yeah, we did some onion planting, showing off the woods where the groundhogs live. There is my grapevine, which I hope really goes up. So I throw this stuff together. I mean, it's all, yeah, this is, well, just back to where the shed is mine. And you can hear the put a fake owl and they ate a fake owl. What? But I throw stuff together. I mean, I had a very big problem over here and took tons of pavers and landscaping just to make it's very unstable. I have to fix that. There's some more bushes for you to trim, Shamrock. I don't know how that one's even hanging on. But this was a mess over here. I just threw gravel and whatever pavers and stones I had left. There it is, folks. My little zen getaway, the turf, so I don't have to cut the grass there. Which I couldn't grow grass there at all. My friend gave me that. Nice little picnic area. I think I'm good whenever my grill comes. I'm still looking for ideas for these two spots. Nothing would ever grow here, no matter what I planted. I could dig down deep, I could put fresh soil there, and nothing would grow there. So you guys are all invited to hang out at the patio, drink some beers. Beers? I think I hear it pop. We might get to see Bailey. Beautiful golden lab. If you guys watch the streams, I have a bunch of other streams. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out from last year and the year before. Planting different vegetables and herbs and pretty much watching a lot of them die. Wrestling Mama, good to see you, Mama. Southwestern Pennsylvania, that's right. And there's my neighbor's horrible pool that they never clean, all dirty and funky. So I'll bring a couple, recommend a gazebo for the dry spots. I don't know, that might not be a bad idea. The problem is, when we shoot basketball here, that's where all the balls fall. So I don't want to put anything there that can be destroyed. I had fencing put up around there. I'll probably put my grill on one. And who knows, it's just me, so I don't know if I really need seating or anything there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it. Planted a ton of onions. Oh, there's a kitty right there. Hi, kitty. Where you going? You don't want to be on the? You don't want to be on the stream? Where are you going? That's Parker. Where you going, Parker? I guess I could. And there's Caramel. Hi, Caramel. Planted pots. Yeah. Possibly. And we'll I'll be back for a stream right here for Drum Monkey. This is for you, Drum. We come back to this and have a stream someday. Electronic drum kit, regular drum kit, acoustic drum kit. So Drum Monkey, we're gonna have a drum off. If you catch us on a replay drum, this is where we'll have a jam session. Cool, Dylan, awesome. I can't play as much because of my shoulder, but I do have a poster that teaches you how to break dance. From 1984 or 85. If anyone needs to learn how to break dance, take your screenshot right there and I'll teach you how to break dance. Football, baby. I got a stupid Giants jersey in there somewhere. And there's Blaze. Hi, Blaze. Oh, he said hello. And there's Parker again, so the cats are out. What you doing, Blaze? Oh, those two never. Look at this. It's a party going on right here, a cat celebration. That's Caramel the baby. She's a doll. Just rescued her from out there not too long ago. What's up, Caramel? Say hi to everybody. She loves watching the phones. Everybody say hi to Caramel. Caramel. There's my broken TV. My TV that broke. Oh, rest in peace. 55-inch TV that's only 4 years old. Say hi to the kitty. Yeah, that's what they do. Check them out. Watch this. What are you guys doing? Get out of here. You saying hi to everybody, Blaze? What's up? Say hi, everybody, Blaze. Blaze, say hi to Blaze and everybody out there. Carmen, what are you doing, little booger? Well, there you have it. One last shot of the yard for everybody. I had 0 cats, didn't want any. Blaze was run over, almost run over as I was driving home from work about 10 years ago. There's Caliber. What's happening, brother? And Kel as well. Well, you got to rewind it, Kel. We're about done. Basically, dig a hole, put the onion in it, and cover the hole. There you go. 8 cats. And Shifty has a bunch of cats too. Sneezy cat, you might hear him sneeze. But we showed, you know, planting onions, showed the herb garden you see over there, the fire pit, and the grapevine. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, dig a hole, throw the onion in, cover it, boom. Well, right now I'm going to fire up the hose. Where the hose at? And I will water down those 3 areas. Here, Kel, just because you just joined, I'll show you what we did. One last run through the garden, since I think the heavy machinery is a little bit farther away now. So we planted about, what is it, 36 onions there, about 50 onions there, maybe 20 some there. I know, Goddess, it's very nice out today. That's why I took advantage of this. Went back, grabbed my dad, had a big bag of onions, and decided to take care of business. There you go, peeps. I want, Goddess, that's what I was doing here. Believe it or not, I had a pond up top, and I had a pond down here. And I was gonna make it so the water would circulate and I could have fish in it. Never really worked out. I had the 2 ponds there, and all I had to do is empty the water out of the ponds every year. I had, if you look at the stream earlier, I still have the plastic ponds down there. I used them for my little cat shelters for the stray cats that are out here. But yeah, that was supposed to be ponds with fish, but it didn't really work out. So I'm gonna fire up the hose, water it down, and I hope everyone has a good night. We'll be back maybe in a week or so. Whenever those start to sprout, I'll do another stream and show you guys what the onions are starting to do when they start to come up. Because right now I have no room to plant anything else. But as I said earlier, it's too early in the year to plant too much stuff. Onions. I do ginger root. I'm gonna try ginger again this year, which you just I went to the grocery store, bought a big slab of ginger. You break it off into pieces and put each section in the ground, and they sprout out and turn. Each section will turn into 5 sections. Didn't have that great with the ginger last year. I do garlic. My garlic hasn't gotten as big as I wanted it, because I love drying out the garlic too. I have an air fryer that can also dry out vegetables. And I talked about it earlier, a coffee grinder. It's also an herb grinder that I use to make powder out of the onion and a lot of the different herbs that I grow. There it is, folks. My little zen, my backyard, living in the city, and still have the wonderful mountains behind me. I've got to show you guys the mountains. It's really, really beautiful where, here it is. I don't know if you can see the mountains in the back. Way up top, you can see mountains. It's a damn beautiful day. Check that out, people. That is Maryland that way. To the right would be West Virginia, and Pittsburgh the other way. There's actually a huge cross right where that break is up top. So I got mountains right in the city, as well as woods and this little area that I really enjoy. When I came here, if you look at my first gardening video, go back, look, and I have a playlist. Look at my first gardening video. It is an 8-year lapse of what I did to this backyard. Yeah, that way is Goddess. If you go that way, you get Goddess, Blade Charge, Demented, towards Pittsburgh. Go back, watch my first gardening video. There's a playlist on my channel, and there's a 8-year lapse. You can see where this was all just grass, then gravel, then dirt, and then a small garden, and then more and more and more. Manifold for a pool filter? No, dude. I'm a novice at this shit. This is all done by hand, little bit by little each year. You go. You guys can live in that shed right there. How about it? You and Mama. You got that whole shed. Awesome stuff. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I appreciate everybody to spend some time with me here today. Very impromptu stream. I had no plans on it being 45. Yes, no. Hella, you can live over here, Caleb. Caleb, here's where you can live. You can live in that nasty, stinky pool. Grapevine, fire pit, rock garden. Over 100 onions in the ground today. We'll see how they do. Bird bath, herb garden. That's it, folks. And now he takes the heavy machine. And then I'll dunk on you, Caleb. I'll dunk on your ass. Charlie sees all. What's happening? Yeah, you can live with the groundhogs. Yeah, and the mosquitoes. Beautiful day. Holy hell. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Hugo. I've worked my ass off on this. It kept me busy. Helps with depression, anxiety, and whatnot. You guys are amazing. Tomorrow night I'll be live with some wrestling stuff. So we'll have fun again. If you missed last night's stream, check it out. Big news. And that's about it. If you're watching a replay, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any tips for gardening. I am a novice, the rookie seasoned gardener, as I like to call myself. Trial and error, trying to figure out what I can do, what works, what grows, what dies. Now it's your boy Blaze McCoy signing off for now. Peace and positive vibes to each and every one of you guys and your families. Stay safe. Stay tuned to the Blaze Radio Network. More gardening stuff as you can watch me fail growing stuff throughout the summer. We might grow some stuff. I don't know. I've been working on the soil out here. I need to check the pH on it too and make sure it's cool. I've never done that, so that might be a problem. Leave me a comment, folks. Any tips on gardening, I will take them. Try my best to get better at it every year. Add something new each and every year to this oasis of mine. You're my wonder wall. I love you guys. Take care, folks. I'm out. Peace.